We're doing a full coding session. Hopefully we can get this done quickly, but it might take a long time. This is a 3-bar setup. As you can see on the screen, it's a big bear bar, a smaller green bar, and then the next, which is our entry bar, which is the current bar, it goes down and taps into the open and comes up and breaks the high. We want to go short there, and it turns into this. I didn't take a picture of it. Golly darn, I didn't take a picture of it. It's up here, and the 15-minute chart looks like this. So I'll take a picture of that. There it goes. And you can see it just drop. And then this is where our entry was. You'll see on this chart. Goes from this green to this right here. It comes up, breaks the high, turns around, and then that's the last time it saw that high that day. So that's the last time. That's really bearish. And we're just trying to code that setup. So basically, basically we see that first and foremost, one is big bear bar. 2 is smaller green bar. 3 is green bar. Taps near open of bar 2, and then breaks bar 2's high, short. And this should be really simple. Now, the bearish bar needs to be big. How do we know if it's big? It's going to have to be above ATR. So we'll have to bring in ATR. That's not a problem. I'm going to grab ATR from here. If I just bring all this in, no. I have ATR sitting here, which is this right here. So we're going to bring in a ATR quick. That's ATR, but I need to make sure that time goes from start time to end time to create the ATR. I don't want to use overnight action. If time is greater than start time, because Tradestation's bars end on the bar time is the ending of that bar. So it's 13:15. This bar started at 1300 and closed at 13:15. So we don't want to start. So when I say 8 o'clock, I don't want it starting at 7:30 or 7:45. I want it starting at that time. So that's why we say greater than start time. So my start time, if I look at my inputs, which I'll put on here, first and foremost, one's clear print log, because I will be print statements. One's print clear print log will make us have a clean print statement every time. The inputs need to be start time for my ATR, which I'm just going to do 8:30, market open. And then end time can be 1600, futures close. It's fine with me. And then ATR length, which we're using day ATR length. And I just always go to 24. It's fine with me. Those are my inputs. I will have variables. And so inputs, variables, and then your code begins. The code begins and it says basically if bar status is equal to 2, basically on the close of each bar, bar status is meaning it's an open tick or within the bar or the close of the bar. And we're just going to do it on the close of the bar, except for our entry bar. Entry bar has to be intra bar. So we will have to do intra bar order generation. I'll write that down. I'm going to do a 30-minute chart. Actually, it doesn't matter which chart, but it's going to do 1 minute bar intra order generation. So what that means is we need to put enable intra bar order generation. I forgot how it's doing it. Make it true. I don't know. I thought it was enable. I think that's just what it is. Let me just see here. Let's press play on that. Okay. Yeah, all right. So it's saved, and we just have to list a bunch of variables now. Such as time on. And then we get to the actual code. This is a false. It'll turn on when it's greater than start time, and then it'll turn off right after the time. Bar status time equals 2, then stop. Then end bar. So basically time on is true, but at the very end time on is equal to false. We turn it off. Oops, time on is equal to false because it's not daytime anymore. I just want to look at these begin statements. So begin. Oh, this is just at the end time. Okay. Input range. I'm going to input range there for the day range, which is here, highest one and lowest one. That's fine with me. And we use that when bar status is equal to 2. This is only for ATR. This is not even getting to the real stuff yet. I'm going to make sure this is bar status also is equal to 2. Okay, so now it shouldn't be too confusing. Basically, on the close of each bar and time is greater than start time, go ahead and turn time on equal to true. But I'm going to say time greater than start time and time less than or equal to end time. Then I'm just going to remove time on altogether. I think I was using that on the other code. But basically, I'm just going to continue this. Basically, it says if bar status is equal, is a close of each bar and within start time and end time, then begin. Compute highest and lowest of that time period. So the day high and low is right there. Then we compute if time is the end time. If it's the end of the day, we compute the ATR, which is this section. It computes ATR. Print statements are always all the way to the left, so I can know where to delete them. And then that's the end of the counter. And then this is the end of the end time. And then this is the end of bar status, all the way up there. All the way up here. Okay, that completes it. What that means is, order bar, and I don't know why that's not a thing. I'm sure I gotta look at my other code. Enable order bar generation. I'm serious. It says enable. I swear. Let's just look at here. Stop and reverse probably has it. There it is. Equals true. That it doesn't. Don't I have that? Don't I have it as true? That's interesting. Okay, well that's what it is. Now let's put in highest one, lowest one. We just gotta put in all of these variables quick so they know what the variable is. So the code knows what the variable is. We have to list it out. List it and then make sure it's a number. Lowest should be 999999 because we're saying that a low has to break it to store the low into lowest one variable, and that therefore we need it really high, and that's what it starts at. Day counter is important. Counts the days for my ATR. We have to I think that's it as far as those go, variables. And then ATR uses an array, so we have to list out an array as well. And day range array, fill it with, make sure it's brackets, mean it's a dynamic array, means we can set how big the array gets, smaller or bigger, which we like. I like the flexibility of that. We're missing II as a variable. Okay, good. We're done. Now our ATR should pop up here. KC ABIT, which is anti-breakout and trend. Let's go ahead and test that. I just want to see the ATR. Right now the ATR is 25 in this one, which is interesting. I'm pausing that. 25? Really? I think it's that one's off. But let's go ahead and do the ATR on this. Let's add this study or strategy. This is called the AB, anti-breakout, in trend 1. There you go. Yep, go ahead and send it, see what happens. It clears the print statement, and then we should get a print statement out here, and we do. We get a print statement of 735. It's probably because the end time, we don't reset the variables. We have to reset the high and low, so then the next day can start again, you know. Highest one is equal to 0. Lowest one is equal to 99999. There you go. So there you go. The ATR drowns back down to 25s. Oh, you can't even see that. My bad. Can't even see the print statement, yo. There it is. The ATR prints back to where it should be. So what we're going to do now And I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that's close to the ATR. I have an ATR listed, so that's 25. I have an ATR listed here. And it's 42. So something's messed up here. Something's definitely messed up on the ATR. I don't know why. I don't know why. I really don't. I think it has something to do with the length. But I'm not. I'll get into that later. I can fix the ATR later. I just wanted to see this system run. That's all. So what we need is a big bear bar. So if again bar status is equal to 2, then begin. We want to see a big bear bar. So if green bar is equal to false and range is greater than the ATR, which is value 62, then condition 1 is equal to true. There we go. Else, no, condition 1 is equal to true. We don't want to change it back and forth because we're going to add to it. So condition 1 is equal to true. Good. Now what we got is if condition 1 is equal to true, go ahead and get that bar's range. Then begin. Actually, I'm just going to start it out with begin. Begin, condition 1 is equal to true. Grab that bar's range. So big bar range is equal to range. Good. Big bar high is equal to the high. We just want to grab these. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use them. I know I'm going to use the range, but the high and low maybe not. High, low, range. What else? Open. I don't think we need the open and close. Not yet. So that's the big bar, and then we end it. Now that was the big bar. We need the smaller green bar now right after that. Okay, so and we'll do big bar number is equal to bar number. Big bar time is equal to time. Now, how do we know if it's the big bear bar? We need to make sure that it stores that bar. So instead, screw this, where the Tradestation reads the bar, like look in this. Tradestation reads this bar. Oh, okay, it's bearish. Okay, and then it's looking for this bar. Then it's looking for this bar. Instead, we can go back in time. We can look at this bar. Oh, go back 1, 2. Is this a big bear bar? Check. Is this a green bar? No. Is this bar breaking the high? Then therefore it's not. So we actually can zoom in on the entry bar. So we would actually be coding it to look at this is bar number 0, bar number 1, bar number 2. We can actually go back in time. So that's what we're going to do instead. I think that's a little bit easier than trying to time it out. Essentially what we're looking for is actually we're going to use that. If the big bear bar, sorry, if green, I don't know if green bar can go back in time. It's a function, but it's a function that I created. I don't know if I trust it. If open is greater than close, and this is bar 2 bars away. And what else? And the high of 2 bars away. Well, you can call it range 2 bars away. Is greater than value 62, which is the ATR, then begin. Well, actually, that's just bar number 1. Now let's do bar number 2. Let's do bar number 2. So now the bar number 2, if you look at the picture, is this green bar right there is less than a third of this red bar, I would say. So the range should be less than a third. And range of 1 needs to be less than 33% of range 2, which is our big bear bar. Okay, so that's one check. What else? There is, it closes in the bottom third as well. Closes in the bottom third. Well, if the range is in the bottom third, it's going to close in the bottom third. It has to be green. Yes, it has to be green. That's a good idea. So, and open of 1 bar away is less than the close. So it has to be green. What else? So green, and underneath there, what else? That's about it. Right? I think so. That's about it. I'm going to add to it probably. Now, I'm going to do it average times 2, times 1, times 2. 2 averages. Maybe 3. It has to be a really big bar. And now we come to the current bar. The current bar has to, the low has to be near the open on the, so let's say the low has to engulf more than half of the body of the base bar. So, gosh, I don't know why I keep on clicking on Excel. So the low of the current bar has to be inside the more than 50% of the green bar here, of the green body. So from the open, what's the day, the candle body range is the open minus close. Now I think I have candle body. So I don't know if, I mean, I created that, so I don't know if that is going to be able to be used historically, but in this case we don't have to use it historically. Oh yeah, we do. We have to do 1 bar back. So let's see if that works. Candle body needs to be less than 50% of it, or the wick. Gosh darn. From the open to the low. Okay, that's the last time. Okay, open to the low is larger than the body itself. So the current bar, open to the low of current bar is actually greater than 50% of last bar's candle body. And that's what makes this wick, its wick is going into this body more than 50%. That is true. Now the high has to break. The high has to break. So the current bar needs to break the last bar's high. So, and high of right now is greater than the high of last bar. That should put us at least the preliminary of getting into this trade. I would assume so. It might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but we'll see. That's it. Then begin. Begin. Okay. Now starts our order entry. Our order entry, we want to go short if market position is equal to 0. We don't have a position on, then sell short, one contract, next bar at market. Now, all of this should be equal to 1 right now. Bar status should be equal to 1. This is because we want to enter the trade intra bar. We want to enter the trade not on the bar close. We want to intra bar. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. We don't have to change any variables, so it's fine. Next bar at market. All right. Now, if market position is equal to, I don't know, I'm going to say then begin, sell short, and then I just want to make sure from right now, from high of 0 to my target needs to be the absolute value of the current high, the present high, to which is where no, not the present high, the high of 1 bar away. Sure, our entry price, essentially our entry price to the top of, let's say, the top of this bearish bar, which is high of 3 bars away. No, high number 2, because it goes 0, 1, 2. So it's actually the third, but whatever. We have to call it the second because the current bar is number 0. So that is our risk box. So what we want to do is call it our risk box. Risk box is equal to that. Now that's a variable we have to add up here again. In this case, because we are intra bar at this point, we have to label it intra bar persist. Otherwise, it would not update. And it took me a long time to figure that one out. All right, if we are short, which is market position is equal to 1, then also begin and go ahead and buy to cover at my stop. Oh man. Buy to cover 1 contract, next bar at entry price plus risk box stop. Otherwise, we gotta buy to cover 1 contract, next bar at entry price minus risk box limit. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, 1R right now. And then I'm assuming I'm assuming that this won't operate correctly because we haven't tested this. So we've got an end state, begin. This should be ending here. Market position is equal to 0. End. Begin. End. End. Begin. End. This should line up. We should be fine. Okay, it works. Now, we don't know if it works on the chart though. And in this case, what is this chart on? 15-minute on gold. 15-minute on gold. We're going to test it on the 15-minute of gold. So go ahead and stop this strategy. Now this is the hardest part. Honestly, being able to get it onto the chart because there's troubleshooting all over the place. Troubleshooting all over the place on this one. So let's go ahead and test it out. Send it. We had one trade. I think we never got out of it. Yeah, we never got out of it since November 2nd. That's not true, though. So what we have to do is the risk box changes every time. Why? We're in short. If we are short, oh, this is inside. It has to meet all this criteria. So we don't want to do that. We want us to be able to exit the market whenever we want. So outside of this big and statement, outside of this clutter, outside of this begin statement, we would like to be able to exit our positions whenever we want. This should help. So run it once more. Let's see it. And in this case, we got another trade. We got one more trade, but for some reason, it's not continuing to do this. 11:12. Do we have ATR? All right. ATR seems to be reset or something. 11:13. While the strategy took the last trade at 11:12, right before ATR, for some reason. Why is that? Well, we do, if this is all true and the range is greater than ATR times 3, do we just never have an ATR times 3 kind of bar? Oh, it is the daily ATR. My bad. I'm not even using the ATR. So ATR could be totally reset. Then I'm going to go half or less. I'm going to go a third of the daily ATR. That's why, because no bars are actually taken. Because it's the daily ATR. All right, now we've got more positions on. And we don't see a position here. For some reason, we see a position here. Why is that? I don't see how that should be done. So if the big bear bar, which is this one, is big, greater than a third of the day, which is a third of 24. How much is this anyways? 20. So, I mean, it's greater than, I'm going to say half. If it's greater than a half, so and it closes bearish, open is greater than close, and the range is bigger than that, and the range of the next bar is less than a third of that range. Is that right? This range is a less than a third. Let's take a look. Boom to boom. Let's go a third. 0.33. and it is more than a third, so that's why we're not doing it. So I'm going to do a half. Let's make sure it's a half, under half the range. Let's see what that number is. Oh, why is it not there? Oh, there you go. It is underneath a half of the bar's range, so therefore we'll use half. Let's use half and see if we get it. 0.5. Let's see what happens now. And we do short. There we go. We get a short here. This is exactly what we're looking for. So when we see this chart, and it's hard to see now because it's already happened, but in current day or in current play, it looks like this. It looks like it's ripping to the upside. It's like, wow, we have a reversal here. And that's precisely when we get short in a downtrend. Okay, that's how trends continue. They trick people to go long. How many times have I been tricked? Ooh, a lot of times. A lot of times. We go short there, and in this circumstance, it happens to short exactly where we want it to be. Now, we don't know where the target is, 1R, 2R, 3R, whatever. I'm not sure. But that is a system right there. That's a trade. Okay, so we do have that trading it. I just want to know how many trades take place. We've got 24 taking place. And this is just shorts. And we're 50% profitable for a 1R. But obviously this is preliminary. I just coded this. But that is the freaking setup, man. That's the setup. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I want to see another trade. And we can probably go for way more than a 1R. Look how this one happens too, where it's a huge bar, huge base bearish bar, and this bar shows a little bit of a green bar, and then it breaks the high of that green bar. We short it, and we have this big old stop loss on it, and happens to work here for a 1R. But again, we got rid of it quickly. We don't have to get rid of it so quickly. What is this one? This is not even it. Oh my gosh, look at that. It includes this bearish bar where the range is heavy. So we really want the open to close to be heavy. That's what I'm looking for, an open to close a bearish bar. So the open, so the range needs to be great. That's what we have, this big range too. The range is good, check mark, but the wick, we don't want this bottom wick to be big. We don't want the top wick to be big either, to be honest with you. So the idea is to have the open to the close to be the range. The open to the close range. So the candle body should actually be the range. So let's go ahead and do that. Instead of range, we're going to do candle body. And that should eliminate those. Because really, we want the big candle body, and that's what happens. Boom. So I'm not sure why this is not thinking. I guess I'm used to complicated, super complicated strategies that have to make my computer think. This one's using minute bar backtesting, so it is looking inside the bar each minute. So it's working. It's working. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. What does that do to the profit? Actually, it doesn't matter because, well, it includes a little bit. That's our only trade that we eliminated from that. Interesting. I would think we would eliminate more, but that's fine. It looks good. This one, how is this a big bar? How is this candle body from here to here? 50% of a day range. That's 6. Are we doing 50% of the daily range? I want it bigger than that, man. This is not big at all. Really, look at this. This is kind of normal. I'm looking for the sell-off, man. These are not real. Oh, sorry. ATR wasn't built yet. It takes 24 days to accumulate ATR, and I don't have that. I don't have that written yet. Day counter has to be greater than, and day counter has to be greater than the ATR length, which is day ATR length right here. So then it can do it. So it should eliminate those. Now it's gone. I'm not eliminate losers. It's not doing what I want. It doesn't know the ATR yet, so it doesn't know what else to do. So now it should work. Should operate. And we have 100% success rate for 2 trades. And it's true. It's true. I mean, it's doing exactly what I want. This is the code that I want. This is the setup that I wanted. We do have some thing. We don't want to just look at only one thing and make it like I have a few pictures of this setup that the wick might be past the low or something like that. But I don't even think we have any filters saying that it can't go past the low, so it's fine as long as it's underneath half the big bar's range. Now the opening, or so the present bar, the entry bar, the entry bar's candle body. Let me just do candle body. The entry bar's candle body needs to be greater. Oops, no, it's not candle body, is it? Open to the low. So that's the bottom wick. Okay, so the bottom wick needs to be greater than 50% of the candle body of this bar. I don't know if that's necessarily needs to be perfect, but that is what happened. I'm going to drop that down to 0.33. I don't think it's really not necessary. I just want to see that there is a bottom wick. That's all. There's some type of bottom wick. So I'm going to open that up just slightly. And then the high obviously needs to be greater than the high of the previous bar, and then we send it. So there was 2 trades before. Let's see how many trades there is now. And there's still 2. Whatever. That's the setup, man. That is the setup. How many days am I looking back? I'm looking back since November, so it's only 50 days back. We only see 2 trades, so one trade a month, maybe one trade a month. At given this, I mean, there's definitely the range. I have to figure out the ATR. I don't want to do the daily ATR. I think I want to do the ATR of the bars, maybe. No, actually, daily is probably more consistent. It needs to be strong, man. It needs to be a strong push, and that's something that's hard to do without quantity. Hard to do without a number. You need to see that it's a strong movement away. This is a 3-bar setup. It needs to be strong. If it's not, you're going to be in this area, in this clump. And basically, because it's a program, a system, you don't have to wait around. You don't have to be patient. The computer just does it. And there you go. That's much better, I think. So we're missing a lot of trades because it's 50% of the daily range in one bar. That means it's just a complete sell-off, bro. I would even go a third. Let's go a third. Just a third of the daily ATR and see what happens there. Now we should get admitted more than 2 trades now. Still 2 trades? Are you serious? Still 2 trades. 25% of it. No way. Still 2 trades? What on earth is going on? Are you even hearing me? Okay. If you're not hearing me, then I'm going to do greater than 1 daily range. Greater than 0.5. So 0.5. So 5% of the daily range it has to move. for us to be able to get in. There you go. You are hearing me. I was just making sure, sir. I was just making sure. There's 12 trades taken now. Yeah, I would go a third of the day in one bar. One bar has to move a third of the day. That's pretty intense. So that's why there's only 2. But that's how we clear out the frickin' bullshit. We clear out the bullshit. Bullshit's flying away because we're trimming the fat off, you know. We're only taking the big deals. And the big deal is a freaking third of the daily ATR moves in one 15-minute bar. That's pretty incredible. And we want to say that, all right, that shit's going to continue, especially if these circumstances arise, especially if it tries to go against that momentum. It gets swatted, bro. Swatted. That is the program, bro. Woo! 45 minutes. It's all right. Wow. I've been wanting to code this for a long time. I'm surprised I haven't. Fuck it. You know. Now it's done. Now we got it. So now the idea is to optimize, to get better and better and better. I got to fix ATR and maybe open up the trades a little bit more than this. I think this is a little bit acute. I'm not sure about this bottom wick. Does it have to be more than the candle body or more than the range? I just want to make sure that there is some type of bottom wick. It doesn't have to really do anything with... I don't know. I like how it taps into the open, though, so I don't know. Let's do one tap. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to do... I just wanted to make sure that this is... I was going to test it on other symbols, but I'll wait. I like how it's taking the trade that I see. That's the trade that I want. That's exactly it. It went from this to this. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right. Peace.